my thing, James, all right? This is my problem with it. As always with these two, bear in mind, just to remind people, because I did know her a little bit before she met Harry, and then she obviously ghosted everybody.
She rejected you, right?
Well, of course she rejected me, yeah. Whatever. It doesn't matter what it did she reject?
It kind of does matter, doesn't it?
Well, not really. What do you think I actually tried to, do what with her?
I have no idea, I wasn't there.
So why would you say I was rejected?
Well, what happened then?
She asked to have a drink in my local pub. I met her for an hour and a half.
Right.
And then went back to my immeasurably better looking wife.
Well,
so the idea that somehow I was rejected by Meghan Markle is so utterly ridiculous. And yet people like you promote these scurrilous rumours.
But there's got to be a reason that you're so angry about.
No, I'm not angry with it. Here they are at Disneyland, putting pictures up of their kids all over social media for millions of people to look at. She didn't cover their faces with emojis.
What, Prince Harry and William?
But that's to beat the media at their own game, right? Because then the Mail can't publish it.
I also think you...
But you two don't even believe what you're saying.
No, I just think that they've got agency here. That's the picture that they've decided, and they know by putting those emojis.
What does that mean, agency to be hypocrites?
No. It means that they know when they put those emojis on, it won't be sold to a tabloid. A tabloid's not going to print that. And if
the tabloids all printed it.
Yeah. Why?
Because it's
they're so desperate, the tabloids, aren't they? They'll print anything.
I just don't understand why you think that's an issue.
But I also think you run the risk of weirdos now being desperate to know what they look like because you're teasing them with these photos.
Piers Morgan, a name that has triggered debates and made headlines, but this time, the tables have turned. This is a man who has made a career out of stirring the pot, never shying away from controversy. Piers Morgan, an accomplished journalist and television personality, has been known for his critical and often scathing commentary. But today, we're delving into a different side of the story. Morgan's fascination with Meghan Sussex, former actress and now wife to Prince Harry, has been well documented. His incessant commentary and criticism of Meghan have been a mainstay of his public persona. However, recent developments have highlighted a rather uncomfortable truth. It's more than just professional interest. It's an obsession. The situation took a dramatic turn when Morgan, live on air, was confronted about his unhealthy fixation with Meghan and her children, Archie and Lilibet. The man known for his hard-hitting interviews was suddenly in the hot seat, his usual bravado replaced with unexpected vulnerability. Morgan, who once prided himself on his connection with Meghan, was finally forced to admit his bitterness over her decision to cut ties with him. His admission, while shocking to many, was a stark reminder of the personal feelings that had been driving his relentless criticism. But it didn't stop there. The confrontation escalated when commentator Kinsey Scoffield stepped in, calling Morgan out for his obsessive behaviour. Schofield, known for her no-nonsense approach, didn't hold back, leaving Morgan to face the music. There was no room for denial or deflection. This was Piers Morgan, unmasked and exposed. His obsession with Meghan Sussex and her children, once hidden behind a veil of professional interest, was now out in the open for all to see. A bitter pill to swallow as Piers Morgan faces the music live on air. This is a moment of reckoning for the man always ready to dish it out, but seemingly unprepared to take it. So, as the spotlight shifts from Meghan Sussex to Piers Morgan, one has to wonder, is this the beginning of the end for his reign of controversy? Morgan's obsession with Meghan Sussex isn't news. What's shocking is the extent to which it goes. We've all seen the fixation Piers Morgan has with Meghan Sussex. It's like a moth to a flame, an unquenchable thirst that seemingly knows no bounds. This obsession, however, isn't a harmless admiration or a fanboy crush. It's a relentless pursuit tinged with bitterness and resentment. Let's take a walk down memory lane. Remember when Morgan would bring up Meghan's name at the drop of a hat? Every opportunity he had, he'd weave her into his narrative, whether it was relevant or not. His constant critique of her actions, his relentless questioning of her motives, it all pointed towards an unhealthy fixation. Then there was the time when he made a big fuss about not being invited to Meghan's wedding. He played the victim card, saying he had been ghosted by her. And let's not forget his continuous references to her kids, Archie and Lilibet, expressing his emotional distress over not being able to see them. This obsession has not gone unnoticed. Many, including media personalities and commentators, have called him out on his fixation. One of the most notable instances was when commentator Kinsey Scoffield shut him down on live television. She called him out on his obsession, leading to a moment of total humiliation for Morgan. It was a spectacle to behold, seeing Morgan, usually so full of verve and vigour, brought down to earth with a resounding thud. His obsession, once veiled under the guise of journalistic curiosity, is now laid bare for all to see. It's not about Meghan Sussex, it's about him. It's about his inability to accept rejection, his need for validation, and his desire for attention. The obsession laid bare, and Morgan's humiliation, a spectacle for all to see. His fixation on Meghan Sussex is a clear reflection of his character, a mirror that reveals more about him than it does about her. And as the saying goes, the truth hurts. And in this case, it's a truth that has led to a very public humiliation, one that will not be forgotten anytime soon. Just when Piers thought it couldn't get worse, commentator Kinsey Scoffield steps in. Enter Kinsey Scoffield, a woman of wit and brutal honesty, ready to face the storm that is Piers Morgan. Schofield, known for her sharp commentary and no-nonsense attitude, doesn't hold back when it comes to Morgan's unhealthy obsession with Meghan Sussex and her children. Schofield starts by calling out Morgan's bitterness towards Meghan, a bitterness that has tainted his journalism and made him a figure of ridicule. She highlights how his obsession has not only been damaging to his reputation, but also harmful to the very subjects of his obsession, Meghan and her children. She continues her argument by pointing out the absurdity of Morgan's emotional display over not seeing Meghan's children, Archie and Lilibet. Schofield rightly questions why a man, who has no personal connection to these children, feels entitled to be a part of their lives. She emphasizes that it is Meghan's right as a mother to protect her children from those who wish to exploit them for personal gain or public spectacle. In her brutal honesty, Schofield paints a picture of Morgan that is far from flattering. She portrays him as a bitter man, unable to move past his personal grievances and using his platform to wage a personal vendetta. Schofield's argument doesn't stop at criticizing Morgan, though. She also calls out the media and the public for enabling his obsession and turning a blind eye to the harm it is causing. She urges viewers to recognize the toxicity of Morgan's actions and to hold him accountable for his behavior. With her final words, Schofield delivers a powerful blow to Morgan's ego. She suggests that his obsession with Meghan and her children is not just unprofessional, but also pathetic. She leaves viewers with the image of a man, once respected in his field, now reduced to a pitiful spectacle due to his own actions. Kinsey Scoffield, with her brutal honesty, adds the final nail in the coffin of Morgan's humiliation. In a world where celebrities are often shielded from criticism, Schofield's brutal takedown serves as a refreshing reminder that no one is above accountability. Is Piers Morgan just bitter, or is there more to the story? Let's delve deeper into the implications of Morgan's obsession. Here we have a man, a well-known figure in the media, whose fixation on Meghan Sussex and her children has reached what many would consider an unhealthy level. It begs the question, what is driving this obsession? Is it simply a case of sour grapes, a bitter reaction to rejection? Or could there be something more at play? Could it be a desperate grasp for relevance in an ever-changing media landscape? Or perhaps, just perhaps, there's a personal story yet untold, a narrative we're not privy to that explains but does not excuse his behavior. In any case, this obsession, whatever its root, has led to his public humiliation. The very thing he used to criticize has become his downfall. Piers Morgan, a bitter man or a man with a story, either way, his obsession has led to his undoing. This saga is a lesson for all, a tale of obsession, bitterness, and public humiliation. The story of Piers Morgan's public downfall is a cautionary tale that should not be taken lightly. It is a narrative that has unfolded in the public eye, a spectacle of a man consumed by bitterness and an unhealthy obsession. Piers Morgan, once a respected figure in the media, allowed his fixation on Meghan Sussex to cloud his judgment, leading to his ultimate humiliation live on television. It's a stark reminder of the importance of respectful discourse and the dangers that can arise when personal feelings are allowed to overshadow professional conduct. Piers' story serves as a wake-up call to all, a testament to the power of words and the impact they can have when used irresponsibly. Thank you for joining us on this journey. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share. Stay tuned for more gripping narratives.